very much, or doing any streaming because, well, my mic and headset are basically crap, and I'm, don't have much money to spend on another one. But I'm going to muddle through with my old mic and headset this time and show you a couple of things about this new update. Now, my first impression, I have to tell you, is actually quite good. The update brought a lot of cool content to the game, which I look forward to enjoying. It also broke a lot of things regarding base building. So for this video, I want to take you around some of my bases and we'll look at the things that are broke and see what's working and not working. So they've already put in one hot patch, which has got the colored lights working again. So now you see my blinking red lights down there. Those are functioning again. So that's that makes me pretty happy. But the stand-up lights, they are still broken. I'll show you. So I made a bunch of path lights for my house here by shrinking down the the lampposts really small. And you can see there's no power coming to them right now, but even if there were power turned on to them right now, none of these would be working because the parts in build, they don't have any snap-on points for electricity. The same thing that the lights had going wrong with them. So I can't power these lights anymore. Hopefully that'll be patched pretty soon if enough people notice. I don't know how many people use these lights, but I use them in everything. Moving back in. See the block lights, those all still work. Terrain filled in again, which is no biggie. I can always terrain edit the terrain and get that fixed. But in this room, okay, these shutter doors should be closed, but none of the shutter doors are working. These are the legacy shutter doors. They don't work. If you want to try the brand new shutter doors, they don't work either. The new ones don't have any electricity connection hotspots, and these, they have them, right? But they don't do anything. They don't animate or respond at all to charge. See, nothing at all. So I'm happy the lights are back on at least, or at least the colored ones. Okay, so pretty much everything on this base is buried. I gotta re-excavate that. Here, let me actually do that because I'm curious to see if the combination lock is still working. So let me do a little terrain manipulation. What the heck? Ow, that dick. Okay, hold on a second. God dang it. Jeez. Okay, so yeah, the natural terrain is back with a vengeance. I can't say that bothers me too much. It's pretty much expected. Ooh, what do we got here? There it is. Yeah, little glitchiness. Alright. That's okay. Kinda expected the terrain. It's really the electrical problems that are getting to me right now. So we'll just clear this out. Okay, well, you guys would be very bored watching me clean out all that terrain. So let's just get to the part where I actually get to see what's broken. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So, this is the passage to my nip room. Combination lock. Let's see if it still works. All right. That's awesome. I get lost. There it is. Oh, okay. Now I know where I am. The perils of underground construction. Okay, so... well, the motion detector on this door still works. So that's good. Just worried those might be broken. Okay. Alright, I can re-excavate this room, not too worried about that. Terrain manipulation, that's no problem. I just want to make sure that all the gadgets still work. Okay, works fine, and works fine. Okay, looking good. Did I just walk through that door? It sure did look like I just walked through that door. Let's try that again. Okay, there's a little lip on the stairs now that you can't just walk up, so that's great. Okay, I walked through the door a little bit, not too much. Okay, let's see. Okay, so there's one more place on this base that I really want to check out before I head on to the next one. But that's upstairs. Okay. Yeah. Pretty bad fill in here. Okay. Now let's make sure this still goes where it needs to go. Ooh, okay. See, it didn't fill in here. This is an underground room, but it's on top of this circular thing, and it didn't fill in. Let's see how long it takes for my things to spawn here. Okay, cool. Gek, astronaut, great. You used to be able to walk kind of right up into them. Okay, now I'm down in the caves, which... Wait for it to load in. There should be some lights. There we go. Okay. Still working. These all work, I'm sure. Okay, so all in all, damage to this base has not been too bad. Let's go look at the one that's really suffered. Supposed to be a motion detector on this door. There it is. Okay. Okay, let's check out a much more complicated base. This was my big wire work build. And I'm pretty sure that it's foobar. Because I think they fixed the colored lights, but they didn't fix any of their other lights. And they changed a couple properties of the lights that I was relying on to make some of my machines work. So now I don't know what I'm gonna do. Alright, here's my shooting gallery. Again, terrain fill in, but that's no biggie. Also, the wire hider isn't working, but I think if I uninstall and reinstall that, it'll probably hide those wires again. Okay. So, man, that's a mess with all the wires unhidden. So, what I've been able to gather about this is, as you can see, none of the targets are lighting up anymore. So, let's take a look at those. Now, these targets here were... it's not lighting this one up either. Oh, that's why. Yeah, the logic is okay, but the fact is, I was using for this project, you know, I was using the fact that if you plug in a light, you know, a can light onto the wall, previously, it would provide light to nearby objects. So now I can't I can't power nearby objects by plugging in a light next to them. I used to use that so that I could power, you know, like lighting displays on the opposite side of a panel just using only one plug. But lights don't seem to, lights don't power things anymore. So, so that means I'm going to have to rethink and rebuild a couple of things. But a big problem is that was the only way that I knew of to turn these round ceiling light things on a regular, you know, wall panel. Right? They'd power themselves on, I think, if you put them in like a cuboid room, but if you tried to put them on a wall panel, like there was no way to power them. So if lights aren't going to power stuff that is next to them anymore, then there is no way to power these round lights. And those used to be my targets. They would light up and I would shoot from way over there, right? So the lights don't work. So I'm going to have to rethink my entire target scheme, or I'm going to wait and hope that a patch comes around and fixes it. But I don't know of anybody else that's using lights like that, really, so I can't see that being a real high-demand fix. But we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to look and see what some of the new build parts are. But there's problems with those too. Even the new build ones, they don't all work right. So you can see all the logic is still working on the back of my board, but it's not passing through to the other side, so the targets aren't lighting up. So I have no way of knowing what target I'm supposed to be hitting at any given time, which makes it hard for me to test the scoreboard. I'm pretty sure the scoreboard is still working. One thing I'll say is that the frame rate is a lot better. So I'm wondering if the build size has gotten any larger. Because once these lights are going, I think it would be pretty, pretty playable at this frame rate. You know, I've got some drops still, but I would say it's vastly improved. And I noticed that on some of my other bases too. I suspect that the scoreboard still works, but I don't really have an easy way of testing it right now. I guess maybe down here? Oh. Alright, so that should have put 1 on the scoreboard. Yep, there it is. Yeah, scoreboard is working. So I think that this machine still works. It's just that the lights and stuff that I used to power things that were next to each other don't work. So there's no way for me to make these things light up anymore. I mean, I could rewire these parts, like I could plug a light behind each one of these guys and, you know, do like a whole different kind of target, but I don't think that I can continue using these for targets unless something changes for the better in the next couple of hot fixes. So, but the fact that the frame rate's better, I'm gonna try, you know, push the build limit, see if I can add the last of the features that I wanted to put in this thing, because it was supposed to originally get faster with each round as the player played, and then there would be a time limit that would stop the player from playing, so you had only a certain amount of time to score. I thought it would make the scoring more interesting and meaningful and more game-like. And I'm hoping to still be able to do that. I just have to see if I can squeeze that circuitry into a small enough part limit, and I'm also going to strip out all the extra panels and things that I'm not using anymore, because these were basically just for me to stand on. Minimalize that entire setup and see if I can squeeze the last couple of features and add a little, counter on that board. Yeah, but they're also depreciating a lot of parts. And so, for example, the power doors don't work. Are they going to prioritize fixing the legacy power door parts that they don't want people to use anymore? Are they going to fix the new parts that they just introduced first? I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, but they seem to have done okay so far. I just hope that they get to my stuff sooner rather than later. Most people aren't making logic builds. I've only seen a few really cool logic builds out there, and it would be a shame, you know, if the fact that there aren't a lot of people out publicly making logic builds, that they didn't pay as much attention to fixes for the logic system, you know, because they're naturally going to want to fix the most complained about things first, and I'm probably like one of very few people complaining about it. I just need to refigure things and get it working again, but the logic is still sound. It's all working as far as I can tell, but the display is all foobarred. I have to redesign it. Yeah, those garage doors are everywhere on my builds. I mean, I use them all the time. I love them. And they're all broken everywhere right now. Okay, let's check. Oh, one place here, let's check Deckard Station. This has a bunch of kind of older, you know, light displays on them, and I know that these are all going to be broken. I do want to dig into some of the new features on this update, though. The town stuff looks fun. I haven't managed to get a town yet, because on my survival build here, it tries to place the quest in my home planet, right? And I don't know why, but it just doesn't give me a marker, so there's no way for me to find it. But if I teleport to a system far away and reset the quest, I can find one there. But it won't locate one on my home world for one reason or another, which is weird and probably a bug. So I haven't really tried out the town stuff yet, and those new base build parts do look really nice. I'm gonna have to start grinding for salvage data to unlock some of the new bits. I'm looking forward to that. Kind of disappointed that the new doors don't require any power. They just auto door automatically, which is all well and good, but now how do you keep a door closed if you want to keep a door closed? Or how do you open one if you want the door to open on command from somewhere else, right? To let like a rolling ball through or something. So, you know, they just auto open now. Okay, this is interesting. So I have some parts that are still lighting and others that are not. Let's check that out, see if we can figure out the difference. Okay. Looks like I've got a few of these plugged in, and they must be wired to each other, maybe. Let's check it out in camera mode here. Okay, so this one was powered. Is it powering these others? I don't think so. I did this a long time ago before I knew what I was doing. Maybe some of these were wired together. Huh. We'll have to do an experiment to find out exactly what the new rules are. Okay, so this used to have a flashing light, which is now gone. The sign doesn't blink anymore. Lights inside still look pretty good. Not sure why that's not powered on, because it doesn't seem to be getting any signal. It should be getting signal. Looks like some of these still work. Oh, geez. What was I thinking? What a mess. I built this one a long time ago. Okay. Street looks good. It would be nice if I could put some of those MP3s or NPCs from the towns in my own home-built town. This place used to be a lot more lively. It was a busy spaceport, and there were Vy'keen there. Then an update changed the planet type a little bit, and all the NPCs went away. So this power door is busted. These should be closed. I have my fast food shop here set up to close at night. So none of that's working. These freaking shutter doors, man. Terrain's regenerated in here. No biggie. Ooh, I know something I could try. Alright, so this is an oxygen harvester. This is a legacy part that they don't make anymore. I didn't realize that, and I used to have a whole big row of them, and I didn't know that you couldn't place them anymore, so I just deleted it. I'm gonna see, I thought I saw like a duplicate command. Yes, R1. Haha! Perfect! Oh wait, I can't. Oh, I just don't have the parts for it. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so I can take this legacy part and I can reproduce this legacy part that doesn't exist anymore in the game, and I can build more of them. That's pretty cool. That's good to know, because I have a couple places with oxygen harvesters. It's too bad I can't put them in my pack and set them up someplace else. They just turn carbon into oxygen. They're great. Everything looks okay in here. I used to have all kinds of refineries set up. This was back before they put a limit on how close you could put the refiners together. So check this out. When I really need to refine a lot of things, I would just come here and like get all of these things humming at once. That's how I made my first million, making oh god, I forget, I can't remember. Chromatic metal, I think. It's forever ago. I've got over 1,000 hours on this save. This is the planet where I found my first exotic ship. Okay, so I still don't know why that's off. Unless maybe there just wasn't enough solar power. I gotta check the power setup too. I don't think this light on this side ever worked. I really am appreciating the frame rates because I think I can probably build on this base more now. The frame rates were just too low. I mean, I'll have to rework the lighting, reinstall some stuff probably, but not too bad. This base was always more aesthetic. I mean, aside from all the refining, it didn't have any tricks to it. So let's go find one that does have tricks to it. Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that wire. Let me look at it real quick. Okay, so that's supposed to be getting power from here. Well, it looks a little funny, but I think they're attached. And then that's supposed to be getting power from... Huh, something's missing. I think I'm missing a wire. Whoop, whoop. Wait. See if this fixes it. Wait. Why can't I snap my power line onto the end of this other power line? Oh, this is a teleport cable. My bad. Where's the power line? There it is. There we go. Alright, so this, I think, should be plugged in to that down there. Let's see. This new build arrangement is gonna take some getting used to. Alright, so we got lights. Yeah, see, I used to rely on those lights to transmit power to the adjacent lights, and that doesn't work anymore. So I think that's going to be my big challenge, is probably restoring function, since the rules have changed just a little bit. Okay, so where to now? Okay. This is my activated indium mine. It has a lot of stuff in it. Let's see what's broken and what's not. So Gecko GT, you got any builds online to see? Got any YouTube videos? All right. Fuck, it's dark. Shh. Well, that's not what that's supposed to look like. Okay, so the sequence of these lights is all busted. See, it's... yeah. Okay. Wire hider, definitely not working. And this shutter door, I'm almost certain is not going to work. Yeah, shutter door didn't work, which we knew. Interestingly, I didn't have to re-excavate inside. Let's see. And nothing in here is going to work because... yeah, that flickering light thing is happening in here too. Not sure what the treatment for that is. Yep, and so I can't get out this trap door till the shutter doors get working again. Hopefully it'll be on the next hotfix or something. Ooh, I do like the view from out this window though. Towards a dark and stormy night. Ah, I love this build. Had so much fun with it. I'm not sure what my next big build will be. Alright, so let's check and make sure that it's still collecting all the resources and things like that. Believe it or not, that terrain was always there. Okay. Now, this has actually been going on for a while, but there's a lip at the top of the stairs where these two pieces connect that you actually have to hop a little bit, and I find that hugely annoying. Oh, I got over it that time. I know that my other base over there is probably totally buried. Is this stuff still powered? Yeah, awesome. Okay. Now this entire section isn't powered. That's a little concerning. Like, it's in red light mode. Nothing in the control room is working. Holy cow. I have to find out where that power... It's bound to be missing a segment like that last problem at the other base. It's bound to be just missing one segment of wire somewhere. Could be buried in the middle of the freaking mountain. What a pain in the ass. Alright. Yeah. So this one's going to take some restoration work. Why is this... Oh. Right. Alright, so nothing on the up level is working. Sounds like my mining machines are working. But since these aren't, I can't get in and look at them really. It's going to take me some troubleshooting to figure that out. Okay, so it's tied to the same circuit that's running these landing lights. I guess the plus side is that I've got all the video from when I built this place on YouTube. So if I really need to figure out how I built it, I can at least go back and see how I built it. Like the power door thing, they'll patch that. I just hope that it's sooner rather than later. But, you know, this lighting and wiring bug, that's gonna take me some time to figure out. And finding out where along the line I got a, you know, I got that upper level detached from the power that's feeding the lower level. I have to figure out how to patch it back in. Huh. Of course, I say all that like it's a bad thing, like I won't have a blast figuring it all out. Alright. Where to go now? We'll go to my gate base. There's not too much in there that I think will break. I mean, the lights were the biggest problem. I think I probably got some terrain gen. Hopefully nothing's broken on the lighting. That would be a pain in the ass. I will say it's interesting that I can duplicate those legacy objects. The oxygen harvester. It'll be neat, because if I really wanted to, I could just reproduce them a bunch of times and turn one of those bases into an O2 farm, more or less. But it's easy enough to find a hot spot, throw down some harvesters. I mean, I would only be making things more difficult on myself for the fun of making things difficult on myself. All right. Lights are on. Everything's looking good. Check these other rooms. Now, one bug I have noticed is that whenever I portal someplace, it doesn't land my ship on the landing pad anymore. It lands my ship just somewhere over there. Tiny little thing, but a little annoying. Alright. We'll check out the lower level. Got some grass bleeding back through the wall, or the floor. Yeah. Grass. Not much I can do about it, it's underneath the portal. It's actually coming up through the portal. Because I didn't build this floor. I built on it. And there should be a door here. There should absolutely be a door. You can actually hear it clicking. This was a doorway. It's been replaced with a solid wall. Let's see what it looks like from the other side. Okay, so grass growing back into my lounge. It's kind of groovy, really, like shag carpet man. There's a way to fix that. I just got to pull up each of these panels and lay it back down again. I think it'll probably get rid of the grass. Never a bad time for a manual save. Okay, let's focus. Going around the building. Okay, so the attachment between this... Yep, there, look. That should be a doorway. It is now solid. And the power is again cut off to this room. So at some point, somewhere in the build, I have a segment of wire that's been deleted that I'll have to find and replace. And look at that. Let's see.